this this might hurt to hear, um, but it's your fault. It's your fault. You right there. It's your fault. It's your fault that your life looks the way it looks. It's your fault that life is going the way it's going. It's your fault that your life is negative and in a downward slope of, you know, it's not where you want it to be or where you would like it to be. Your life is exactly your fault. Due to your past actions, past relationships, man, it's just overall just your past, your decisions. It's your fault. Once you finally take ownership, over your entire life, and you're in your present moment right now. Um, the present is a gift. Once you can finally take over your present moment, you realize that this is all that you have right now, and ask yourself, what could you be doing right now to change your life? This is the question I asked myself. Well, similar to that question. I asked myself this exact question. Let me go deeper into my life for you guys. Just so you guys kind of understand how I got to that question. So the question is, or that I asked myself was, would I be the best dad right now? If I were to have a son right now, would I be a great father? If I had a son right now, would I be ready to show him how to live as a man, how to carry himself as a man? Would I be able to guide him and have that lifestyle and life that I truly wanted for myself and my son? A life that's completely different from the life that I grew up living? That's the question I asked myself. So let me backtrack and tell you guys how I got to that question. If you guys don't know, it's 2:22 on the clock as well. It's meant to be. I was in a relationship. And my cousin was in a relationship, right? I even told my cousin this. I'm not sneak dissing him or nothing. He's actually having his baby shower tomorrow, so I will be there. I don't know if I'm gonna vlog it, but I might vlog it. I have work and yeah, I'm gonna vlog it. I need to start bringing more longer form content. I appreciate you. I hope you guys watch and love my long form content. More long form content coming well. But let's get back into it. So this is me, and this is my cousin. We were both talking to two girls named. Should I even say the names? Nah, I'm not gonna say the names. We were both talking to two girls, right? With the same name. And God was showing me like a mirror. I think I have a mirror right here. That's funny. God was showing me, see? Right there. God was showing me this is the life that I would be living if I were to keep walking down this path. Right? I say my cousin's not gonna be a great father. He's gonna be an amazing father. Do I believe that he's ready? No. Do I believe that he's financially ready? No. Do I believe that he's mentally ready? No. But challenges and uncomfortability will make you a man and show you who you are as a person. So these are all building blocks to make you into the greatest person that you possibly can be. If you choose to allow it to make you that, you can also allow those things to make you crumble and fold and shit on yourself. Really. But yeah, me and my cousin were both talking to a girl. Well, his girl name was the same as my ex-girlfriend, right? And if God showed me, if I kept walking down this path of sex, lust, wasting time, energy, and money on somebody that didn't help my life out whatsoever, actually was killing my dreams. Only thing that was provided to me was vagina in this relationship, arguments, conflict, toxicity, no growth. The person was very supportive and believed in me and showed a lot of love and cared for me for sure. I won't sit there and talk super badly about them, but genuinely looking at it from like a third eye perspective, there was nothing good coming out of that. So yeah, like I told you, God showed me down if I kept walking down this path, I'd be where my cousin was. with a kid. You know, I was having a lot of sex. Um, bought multiple Plan Bs. Yeah, pull-out game is trash. You know, and it was like, damn, if I would have kept walking this path, I'd be right here, right now, with the son or daughter. I actually feel like I'm gonna have a daughter first. I feel like I'm gonna have a daughter first. But that was a scary moment for me. When he told me that he had got his girlfriend pregnant, I was like, oh my gosh, I dodged a bullet. Because knowing me at that time, I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't in shape. I wasn't confident as much as I possibly could be. Um, I wasn't super knowledgeable on the things that I know now. I was stuck doing the same things, same habits, hanging around the same people that are keeping me down and anchoring me. I know in my last videos I talk about friends could be anchors or certain relationships could be anchors, and that relationship was an anchor. Yeah, that relationship did move me from certain things that I didn't probably have the courage to do at the time, which I'm grateful for. Because if I didn't get in that relationship, I probably would still be playing football right now. And I'm so grateful that I'm not playing football right now, that I'm actually able to live the life that I want to live. And I'll talk to you guys a lot about quitting your sport and, quitting, just doing things like, trying to be different. Not even trying to be different, like being different from the normals or the norms around you. But God really showed me that if I would have walked down this path, I would have ended up right there with the baby, with the kid. It would have been my fault. My fault, my past decisions, my past actions, my past in general. All those decisions that I made accumulatively came together and would have put me in the same position as my cousin. I knew I wasn't ready for a baby. I knew I wasn't ready for a kid. And I'm so grateful that I was able to see that and catch it as soon as possible, which I could have caught it way earlier, 7-8 months in advance. Could have caught it. But you have to go through these things so you can get molded. God has a not a weird way, but a funny way of talking to his children, or getting his children to run to him. God will sit there and show you your friends are weird, show you certain people you shouldn't be hanging around with, show you certain people you shouldn't be around, relationships you shouldn't be in, certain family members that might act weird. Just people that just are weird to you and don't show you great energy, and only are haters and are negative and aren't positive. Right? So in this, God showed me that those people weren't that. They showed me exactly the people around me's true colors. And once somebody shows you who they are the first time, don't ask them again. They showed you exactly who they are, right? Why would you ask them again? It's like if I punched you in the face for no reason, why would I get close to you again? You might punch me in the face again. It's not even a quote, but it's a pic. I want to pop up this picture. I don't know if I will, but I know if you guys have seen like oranges, like forming mold, and there's just a whole bunch of oranges together. And once that one orange completely molds, it touches the other orange, and that one starts to mold. So realize that if you're water, and I were to pour you, I know this is kind of going all over the place. You guys are probably understanding this metaphor, but understand this. If you're water, and I were to pour you into a teapot, I poured water into a teapot. Imagine I had a teapot in this hand, and imagine I had water. I poured you into this teapot. You take form of the teapot, right? Let's say I had a regular solo cup, a red solo cup, and I poured that same water from that teacup into that solo cup. I take form of the solo cup, with the ridges and stuff in it, and take form of the shape of the solo cup, right? Now, say I poured this water into a Stanley Hydro flask. I take form of the Stanley Hydro flask. Small at the bottom and bigger at the top, right? It's not the point of what I'm trying to say is like how big the cup is and shit. But you take form of whatever you're in, whatever environment you're in. And God is really and has really showed me the law of detachment. Every time a girl has ever treated me, I don't know if a woman is watching this, but every time God is, I've gotten done dirty, or I've gotten done wrong, or I've been broken up with, or I've broken up with somebody, or every time, God has showed me as soon as that happens, I become a better person. I become more confident. I become more self-reliant. I become more whole, thinking that I needed this person the whole time when all I needed was really God and myself. Um, so I want to leave you guys with this message today in this video. I hope this video really resonates with you. Your life is your fault. Everything in life that has come to this point is your fault. The people that you've surrounded yourself with, the energy you've given these people, the time you spend with these people. If you would have spent that somewhere else, you'd be in a different spot. If you would have spent that time bettering yourself, going to the gym, eating cleaner, your body would look differently, right? But understand, in this life, you will go through a lot of change. Change is inevitable, right? Change is inevitable. That's what I have to add on my wrist. Inevitable. Change is inevitable. And once you understand that, I know that maybe a breakup or losing a friend or losing a parent or maybe losing a grandparent or, losing relationships, and regardless with anybody. Once you understand that your life will get better when you're less dependent on somebody else and you're more dependent on yourself, and you ask yourself that question of, how can I better myself on a day-to-day basis? And you live by that question, and you don't let a single time, if you don't let a single ounce of time pass by you, and you're productive or you're doing things to better yourself in every single ounce of time, these accumulative habits of change will now be positive instead of negative. Realize that. Really realize that. You can change your life. No, it takes time. I just heard on this podcast, or not even a podcast. Now I'm so disciplined now. Like, I hope you guys can see, like, I'm a whole different person from when I first started doing YouTube, or even a year ago, even 7 months ago. Like, I'm a whole different person. Once you keep changing, and you're a forever evolving creature, you right there. I know I'm looking at you dead on. You're a forever evolving creature, Change is inevitable. So make change and change things in your life that'll inevitably, positively shape your future. Learn from your past. Take those decisions from your past into the present. And use the present, which is a gift. It's called a present, like a Christmas present. And use everything that you learned from your past. But cut it off, though. Cut it off. If you sit there and reminisce in the past, we'll be stuck there. Yeah, I'm trying to find the old me, man. I'm trying to find this old love. This one boy, this one girl looked at me so differently and, loved me and showed me she really cared. He really cared. And there's an abundance of men and women on this earth that'll love you down. And once you really love yourself and you're not complacent, I don't like using the word complacent, but once you're truly fulfilled in yourself, is when love will find you. Not saying you don't shoot your shots, men and women. Not saying you don't shoot your shots for it, but you have to be fulfilled in yourself to even in love. And when I say fulfilled, I mean fulfilled with love in yourself. I'll make another video right after this video, just talking about how to love yourself. How about that? So make sure you guys go watch that video. It's coming out very soon. Hopefully it's right there. But yeah, understand that everything in life compound builds, and it takes up to 8 weeks to 10 weeks of every single day of doing these things for you even to see exponential or growth in general. So remember, let's say you wanted Wingstop right here. Say you wanted Wingstop. Say you're right here. You're driving to Wingstop, but it's just a whole bunch of traffic. It's a car accident. Somebody fucking, the whole bunch of, a lot of stuff happened, right? It's a whole bunch of traffic. And you're right here, but you're like, Wingstop is right here. Like, it's not far. I don't know why I use Wingstop, but it's not far, right? It's not far at all. But you're driving, you're like, damn. Okay, all right. Got through the first 10 minutes of traffic. All right. Damn. I I see the car accident now. Everybody's rubbernecking and shit. Damn, just drive. Just drive. You're going to get there one day. You're going to get there one day. It's just traffic in the middle of where you're going. It's just traffic. You know? If you don't believe, who will believe? If you guys want a deeper video on how I really, really changed my life, comment the number 4 if you made it this far. I've really drastically changed my entire life in less than a year. I have a 6-pack now. I used to be fat. I didn't have this much confidence. My hair grew. My hair grew. Like, just saying, like, hair is a form of time passing. And lessons learned. That's why your hair is very, very powerful. It's a sign that you're growing. You can use hair as a measurement of if you're going positively or negatively. Damn, hair is very deep. Nah, I read a lot, guys. So, like, things that come out my mouth, you're just gonna be like, what is this nigga talking about? But yeah, I hope this video really resonates with you. I hope that you take what I've said in this video and apply it to your life right now, nigga. Right now, bro. Nike made a killing off of the slogan, just do it. I love you guys. He loves you more.